How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. If I sound a little different, it's I'm kind of sick. I have a little bit of a runny nose, but couldn't keep you guys without Minecraft for too long, so I figured I'd record an episode without trying not to throw out my voice. But what I want to do this episode is I want to get started on making gates, both autarkic gates and regular gates for this system down here, because the system is getting increasingly complex. And as it increases in complexity, we'll need to increase the way it interacts with the rest of our system as well. And gates are something that are really useful for really anything you're trying to do. And I had enough diamonds and I went and grabbed some obsidian. So I think it was time that we made the assembly table to get started on gates. The big deciding factor for me was that we are filling up a Redstone Energy Cell. So that'll be nice. Assembly tables are really easy. It's just obsidian, redstone, diamond, and a diamond gear. Nothing too fancy. But the thing about the assembly table is by itself, it does nothing. Let's get some stuff. What was I doing? It's a redstone up top. But yeah, but the assembly table does nothing by itself. You have to use what are called lasers to interact with the table. You feed MJ into the lasers. The lasers then, let's see, is it iron first? Yeah. The lasers are what actually do the work. So the more lasers you have, the faster it will work. Because I think each laser works at a set MJ per second, or MJ per tick. So you have to, there we go. The more lasers you have, the more effectively you can use your available MJ per tick. So there's our assembly table. It's really easy to make. Just cost a couple diamonds. Not a big deal. But for the lasers I was talking about, those each require 2 diamonds and a handful of redstone and obsidian. Nothing too big. Let's get some redstone because I'm going to use what I have. And another thing I can use the gates for is I can put them on what are called apiarist pipes, and I'll be able to automate the bees. So we'll have a steady stream of bee products coming in, because I always forget to go out there and change the bees. I'm really bad about it. I was good about it when it was my focus, but now that I'm focusing on other things, I completely forget about it, and it would be really nice to keep this chest full. Oh, that reminds me, last episode I ate ambrosia right before the episode started, and it was giving me that funky effect. That funky effect is regeneration. Ambrosia is like a golden apple. It's a really good food. And some people were suggesting that I should continue to eat it, thinking that I didn't know about the regenerative properties. But the reason I didn't want to use it is because those graphics get in the way of the screen, and it's kind of distracting while I'm trying to record for both me and people watching. So I go with the honeyed slice because it's really cheap. It's just honey and wheat, and it works just as well. I would totally use this food if I was just playing the game. But since I'm recording, and if I'm not recording, I'm usually in my house preparing to record, then there's really no point. But the royal jelly's really good, and it's pretty easy. It's just 5 honeydew, 3 royal jelly, and a capsule, and you get basically a golden apple. Yeah, I think it restores 5 hunger bars and gives you regeneration. So awesome food to have. 10 out of 10, would recommend. But yeah, the reason I need it is because of the effect. It's distracting. So there's our thing. Let's put that in here and that there. And let's make 2 for now. I don't want to go overboard with the lasers because they do cost 2 diamonds apiece, and while diamonds aren't extremely rare, they're not easy to get. They're rare enough for me to care. But let's go ahead and hook this up. We're going to set it up right here. We're going to put the lasers here, like that. And then we're going to put the assembly table right here. Now, I believe the only real criteria you have to have for these lasers is they can't be blocked. Like, if I couldn't do like that. There has to be air blocks in between the laser and the assembly table, and I think it has to be at least 1 block of empty space. So I couldn't put it here. I don't think it would work. It might, but I don't think it would. But the more lasers you have, the more effectively you can operate. Real quick, I got a silk touch pick. Woot woot. I hit level 30 and I enchanted a sapphire pick, and I got a good one. So I'm going to pocket this for now, and I'll be able to, pulverize diamonds, which will give me more. So we have our 2 lasers here. Let's set up the how do I want to do this? Let's see. Let's actually raise the lasers up one more. Boop. And then just break these with a pickaxe, no big deal. Let's put them up here. We'll move this torch over. I forget, I have night vision all the time now because the kinetic generator, look at my power at the top, it just never goes down. So I can keep this night vision on, but I can never tell how dark it actually is or even what time of day it is without looking at the minimap. But we're going to put our Redstone Energy Cell here, and what's nifty about the assembly table is if you put a chest next to it, it will automatically spit things into the chest, which is really cool. Do I have any redstone? I'll need redstone for what I'm about to do. There we go. So you put the chest right there, easy peasy, and then I would drop something in here. You would drop your ingredients in here, and then you click on the thing you want. It's got a thing on it, and you can put, like, let's say there's a ender chip or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. Pulsating chipset, which requires certain materials. I can put the materials for both the redstone chipset and the pulsating chipset in here, and I can select them both. And it'll make redstone chipsets until it can't anymore, and then it'll make pulsating chipsets until it can't anymore. So that's kind of, you can queue up work for it to do. But I think that should be getting full. If not full, then full enough. Yeah, 540,000 MJ is plenty. I set up an aqueous accumulator like someone suggested. For anyone who was paying attention, I totally forgot to put water in these things because I forgot they took water because I haven't used combustion engines in quite a while. But you have to give these things fuel and water, and as long as you give them fuel and water, they won't blow up, they won't overheat. They'll work at near maximum efficiency. But so these have just been feeding this, and that'll be my first project, is setting up a gate. Oops, that when this is full, we're gonna red wire it over here, and we're gonna turn these off. But I'll probably make a timer, not a timer, a toggle switch that'll turn on and off. So I can have this set to redstone pulse whenever it's empty or full. So we'll see how that works out. But I meant to actually turn these off. And grab this. There we go. And you can see it retained its charge. Let's put this down right here. And flip this. And there you go. I queued up a redstone chipset. And away it goes. Now I don't remember how fast these things can work. Let's crank up. I think blue is the maximum efficiency they can operate at. I think. Red, I think it's red, then yellow, then green, then blue. Blue means it's operating at maximum efficiency. So you'll see if I crank this down to, let's say 10. These actually hold MJ, so this might take a second to actually come into effect. I actually probably need a couple of those. But once these start running out of MJ, they'll... Come on. Once they start running out of power, the laser will degrade. But it doesn't look like it's doing that. I must have flooded the circuit by going 100 MJ per tick. But we're going to let this cook. While we're doing that, let's look at the recipe for a gate. The recipe for a gate, I believe, is just cooking. You craft the redstone chipset, and you'll see... Oops. It popped into the chest. You craft a redstone chipset like we just did, and then you put it through again for 20,000 MJ, and it makes a gate. Now, for anyone who reads the comments on my videos, someone had mentioned an autarkic gate. And what an autarkic gate does is it can provide an energy pulsar. It can provide energy like an engine could, kind of like a redstone engine. So if I take the autarkic gate, which is the simple autarkic, there we go. It is a gate, a redstone iron chipset, which is a redstone chipset and iron, and then a pulsating chipset, which is the chipset and an ender pearl, or I'm sorry, redstone and an ender pearl, versus redstone and iron. Put them all together and you get an autarkic gate. And I would be able to put that on the bottom of things, and it pumps out faster than a redstone engine does. So let's make some of these other ones. Let's go grab those ender pearls I have. I should have a couple left over somewhere. Yeah. Oh, and I didn't tell you guys, but this filled up. So I'm going to have to look into... Oh, look, now it's not as full. That's weird. This is behaving very strangely. It's kind of annoying. But I'm going to have to upgrade my ME storage, and I'm going to be using the ME chest, ME monitor. I can't remember, but there's something that can hold a lot of storage instead of just one unit, and I'm going to make that. But I have to do the research on it first because I'm not really sure how that system works. So let's grab a whole bunch of this. I got plenty of redstone. See, they're decreasing in color because I have this throttled back. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that all the way to 100. Because I don't really care. The Redstone Energy Conduit will throttle the energy output appropriately. So if you'll see, there it is going down. If I drop it down to 20, it's still dropping down at the same rate because the lasers will only take so much power. Now, when you're setting something like that up, you need to be careful because not all machines regulate themselves. Forestry machines are a good example of this. Forestry machines will take whatever amount of power you put into them, but they'll only use something like 5 MJ per tick, 2 MJ per tick they max out at. So I could feed 100 MJ per tick into a forestry machine, and not all of them will work faster. Like, what's the one that makes things grow? Actually, that's probably not that true anymore. I think the multi-block farms actually fixed that when Elram got rid of the old forestry machines and upgraded to the multi-block farm. I think she fixed that. They should regulate themselves now, if I remember correctly. I've actually only used multi-block farms once, and I'm not that great with them. I didn't use them for that long. But here we go. Almost done cooking these 4 chipsets we'll need. And then we can put some more on there. You can see this takes a while. If I had more lasers, it would work faster. So actually, let's go ahead and let's just go make 2 more lasers, just so I can show you guys. Doot doot. There we go. So, see, what I'll have to do is I'll have to go around the back, because remember what I told you about this piece of pipe being treated as a single block? This single block is set to output, or that single block is set to input. So I'm going to have to hack around the back here and just install some Redstone Energy Conduit. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. There we go, that's blue. Hook that up, that's blue. Now these will function properly. And I can put, actually, let's do this. Let's make it even prettier. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. There we go. Set that here and that there. And then we'll go ahead and pop, we'll go ahead and pop this off, pop that off. And we'll plop this down right there. There we go. Now we can get some nice panels right here with the diamond handsaw. Let's go ahead and get us some wood covers, some spruce wood covers. Oops. There we go. Now we can just board this up, and no one will ever know. Red power is great about that. There. You never know there's anything here. And what's really cool is you can, there's a way you can make the, I forgot what it's called. Ah, here we go. The hollow mossy stone cover. So I'd be able to make a hollow cover like this, and it's just, oh. It's a weird pattern. I think you just make a circle with the covers and it makes a bunch of hollow covers, but it'll actually fit around pipe. So if you have a pneumatic pipe running places, you can put these hollow covers on it and it'll look a little cleaner. They're really nice. So plop that down. The pipe behind this, the conduit behind this is still set to what's the word? Output. Oof. So now let's make an iron chipset. Let's go ahead and make 2 of those. There we go. And now you can see it's working much faster. This actually requires the same amount of energy as that, I believe. Let's check that. I don't want to lie to you guys. It takes 20,000, this takes 10,000. So it takes twice as much power, but you need the redstone iron chipsets to make certain things. But what I wanted to look at was the toggle latch, which, if I remember correctly, I don't think that's right. Let me look for the one I'm thinking of. 761. Okay. Timer, sequencer, state cell, RS latch. I think I'm RS NOR latch, I want to say. I might be thinking of a toggle latch. A NOT gate, a buffer gate, a multiplexer, repeater, synchronizer, randomizer. I'm gonna have to test this out real fast and figure out which one I'm talking about. I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I figured it out. It was the toggle latch I was thinking of, so let's look at how to make that. First we'll need stone wafers, which are just cooked. Actually, let's use the minium stone. I haven't been using this thing. It's just stone that you cook. That's really it. And we can actually use charcoal, so let's grab some charcoal and some smooth stone. Let's put this minium stone to use. There we go. Minium stone. Boom. Stone wafers. Let's make another round. There we go. Now, the stone wafers are made into different redstone pieces by the way you lay the redstone on top of them. So, for this one, we'll need 2 of the stone wafer redstone torch combos. So, let's just make a handful of these because we might need some later. For that, we'll need, bam bam, there's our 2. Next, we'll need 2 of the redstone and stone wafer combos. Then we'll need a lever. Pretty simple stuff. And it just changes whatever order you put them in affects what red power thing you're making. So there's our toggle latch. And for anyone who doesn't understand how the toggle latch works, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it on the ground or on the wall or something. What's cool about the RP2 stuff is you can put them on walls, which is nice. But I'm going to have it on the ground or on the wall, and I will have the Redstone Energy Cell here with a gate on it that says whenever there is a empty or full event, create a redstone signal. And I'll have this set up, and right now it would be on, and let's say the engine was filling up. I would have to set it up manually once or twice. I would have to get it set properly, but let's say that the engine is full right now. The engine would be full. Let's make a lever. I have a redstone torch. The Redstone Energy Cell would be full. It would drain to empty. The gate would go off. It'd say, hey, it's empty. Send a redstone signal. This would send a signal. That would flip. And this would send a signal to the engines. Now it would be filling up, filling up, filling up. This would have flashed a redstone signal. So now that's set to on. The combustion engines are on and the Redstone Energy Cell is filling up. When it fills up, this will send another redstone signal. It'll flip off. And it'll just flip on and off just like that. Oops. It'll on, off. And that'll be so we're not running the engines when it doesn't need to be run. It's pretty simple. But for that you'll actually need, I will need an iron, or actually I'll need an AND gate. There we go. Iron AND gate is just made with an iron OR gate. Oh wait, let's see. Red pipe wire, which is made with redstone, rose red, and iron ingot. So let's go ahead and make that. I should have some rose red laying around somewhere. I have roses, it's just as good. There we go. And I have redstone and iron. So let's get cracking. Pipe wire is useful because it can transmit signals across pipe. So with Buildcraft pipe, I can have a iron gate, or I can have a gate send a signal and it'll send it down the length of the pipe. It's really useful. So let's get this here. And let's get the, actually let's just take all this stuff out. And now we want an iron gate and red pipe wire, and then we want an iron OR gate. And an AND gate will fulfill a condition, or an AND gate will make something happen when when 2 or more conditions are filled, whereas an OR gate will make something happen when any one of a condition is met. So we want the OR gate because I either want it to toggle a redstone signal when it's empty or when it's full. I can't really think of a situation where I would want an AND gate, but I'm sure there is one. I just can't think of one off the top of my head because I haven't been playing with these gates for very long. So while that cooks, let's go set up over here. Why is this? Oh, right, the thing goes here. So what we want is we want some red alloy ingots, because we want to make, do I have any? I think I might have some in the alloy furnace. Let's see, I might have to cook some up. Looks like I will. Red alloy ingot is iron and redstone. Oh wait, I can use iron and copper too? That's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so I need iron and redstone. So let's put that in here. Let's get some more redstone. I've got plenty. Actually, I don't have that much. I've been skimping out on it. I need to go collect it. There's all kinds of redstone down in the mine. And with the red all-out wire, you just put it in a row like that, and you get 12 bits of basically redstone that you can put on the ceiling and on the walls. If you remember how I laid this blue electric wire down the hole over there, down there, it works just like that. You can stick it on the walls and stuff, and it makes wiring things much, much easier. So let's go and do this. Let's clear all this stuff out. We definitely won't need any more than 4 lasers for really anything. There we go. Let's grab one more. One more set of 3, and then that should be good. I seriously don't need more than 24 pieces of wire. Oh, this actually reminds me, I meant to talk to you guys about something I did. I have created a subreddit for my channel, as well as my twitch.tv channel. And the reason for that is largely because it's much easier to communicate on Reddit with you guys than it is on YouTube. YouTube's comment system is really bad, honestly. But it's reddit.com/r/AaronDMorgan. It's on my channel page. If you go to the About Me section, it'll be a link there. And what I'm going to use that for is to communicate with you guys about when I upload videos, when I'm going to do live streams, when I'm going to do events like playing on you guys' server, stuff like that. Just, it'll be a way for me to communicate with you guys and for you to communicate back and give me suggestions on things you like. Just talk to me, hey, what's up? If you had a question, stuff like that. Just a nice little a clubhouse for you and me. So check that out. Go, run by, drop me a line, just tell me how you're doing. Make a thread, and we'll just chat. I like talking to you guys. But now we want this. We're going to put this. If I put this here and then put the structure pipe on top, and then the gate and then the redstone here, I'll want it like this. But I want it a different way. How do I turn this? I think you turn it with a screwdriver. So let's go get my screwdriver, which should be in my bag, but it's not because I'm bad. Where'd my screwdriver go? Oh, it's directly in front of my face. I'm pretty sure I had my mouse over it while I was looking for it. Oh man. There we go. That'll work. Now we want our red all-out wire like this, and then we want it. Here's the cool part. Here's where it gets awesome. Let's break all this stuff. Let's pretty this up a little bit. Here's where red alloy wire is the awesome stuff. Just like that. And now if I do that, those engines will kick on. And pow, just like that. Now I'm going to make what's called a structure pipe. For those of you who don't know, the Buildcraft pipes can be combined. Do I have any regular stone transport pipe? Nope, but I'll use a wooden one, that's okay. If you combine a transport pipe with gravel, you get what's called... Oh, that's not gravel. Where's gravel? Oh, that's cobblestone. I'm just silly. Where's my gravel? There it is. Sorry. But if you combine a structure pipe with... Okay, nope, you must have to use stone. I lied to you. 1 second while I make a stone transport pipe. There we go. If you combine a stone transport pipe and gravel... What? What? How do you make structure pipes? Did I lie to you? Is it a cobblestone pipe? It's probably a cobblestone pipe. It's totally a cobblestone pipe. Sorry guys. 1 second. It's been a while since I've used these things. So, okay. Cobblestone transport pipe. If you take a cobblestone transport pipe and you combine it with a gravel, you get a structure pipe, which is just a pipe that you can attach gates to and nothing will come out of it. So you won't have to worry about things going in or out of it. They're really useful for exactly this kind of situation where you just have something that you want to attach things to, like gates, but you don't want any items flowing through there. So let's take this. Let's put it... Oh, we got to get our gate. That's the important part. There it is. And then we want to take this and plop it right back down. Ploop. There we go. And now we'll take our structure pipe and slap it there. And then take our gate and put it there. And now we can set our conditions. If there's no energy, we want a redstone signal. And if the energy is full, we want a redstone signal. So there we go. Now I'm going to flip this on. There we go. Now this is going to charge up. And when it hits full, when it reaches maximum energy, this should send a redstone signal. It'll flip this lever, the engines will turn off, and everything will be peachy. So what I'm going to do, just so you guys can see that, is I'm going to cut here, watch this, watch it fill up, and then when it's done, I'm going to cut back and you can see the safety mechanism in action. And I definitely recommend this for your setup, at least something similar if you're using engines that are capable of blowing up. Or really if you're using engines at all, if you're concerned with saving fuel, because they'll just run. Even if they won't blow up, they'll still burn fuel. Oops. So, yeah, I'll fast forward time and I'll be back in a second, guys. Alright guys, getting close to filling up now. Hopefully you can see it in action. I hope it works. I had to move it because it was interacting with the pipe and the pipes hold power, so it was messing up. So I moved it right there. There it goes. It should fill up in any second. But yeah, if this pipe is attached to any energy conduit, it'll actually read the power level of this as well. So watch out for that. Almost there. I really have nothing to talk about right now. This is kind of awkward. But here we go. I hope this works. And let's see. Boom. Perfect. Now this is full. This is on. Full energy. Redstone signal. Toggled this. Bam. Bam. Now if I made another one and I could take this one, put a fresh one here, and this would go off because I picked it up, and then it would go back on because, well, it's empty. But that's all the time I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Aaron, and I'll see you next time.